Good evening again, everyone, and welcome back to Adventure Vision Studios. This again is the podcast of Tea Time with Kat.
It's me again. Thought you got rid of me. No, you didn't.
It's been a month.
It has been a month.
And tonight we're going to be discussing fandom, specifically Five Nights at Freddy's.
Mm-hmm.
And
because I was really cool in middle school.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
I was really popular and I was really cool and I definitely had friends.
Yes.
I did actually have friends.
Yeah, so I've got a thing.
You do have a thing.
I got a thing, so I got to do it.
Yeah.
I just got to do it. So here we go. And I'm certain that all of you who have played the game recognize exactly what this is. Those of you who have not played the game, you've probably watched the videos with Markiplier and MatPat and many others playing.
So many others.
Playing the games online.
Yeah.
I mean, even Smosh has gotten into it.
2014 was peak Let's Play era because it was when... So Five Nights at Freddy's dropped August 14th, 2014.
Yep.
And I was in middle school. And actually, was I in elementary school? I would have been 11. So, I don't know. But I think it would have been 6th grade.
Okay.
That makes sense in my brain.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I remember all of us sitting around in my guitar class. Yeah, 'cause again, it was really cool.
That's dating this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting around in my guitar class, which was an elective in 6th grade. And we were all seeing who could actually play the game because all of us were too scared. So someone had bought it for like the $8 that it cost on the Apple Store. And we were like passing the phone around seeing like who could actually play it without throwing the phone because all of us were so scared. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one sound effect I do have, but I haven't set it up properly, is the jump scare sound.
Yeah.
So, exactly. Yeah, the roar.
Yeah. The original one or the other one that's like...
No, the original.
Nice.
Yeah, the original. The reason is because it's at the end of the Living Tombstones song, so that's why I grabbed it.
Yeah, it is. That it is.
But yeah, I mean, yes, I'm just as much of a geek about this as she is.
Yeah, because quarantine happened, and I went, you know what's a great idea? Forcing my father to watch every single game theory about Five Nights at Freddy's. There's over 80, if you're wondering.
That was not a bad thing.
No, but I remember at first you were very hesitant about it, and then you went, okay, so when are we watching them again? I'm like, great question.
Well, and because I just sort of fell in love with the whole MatPat guy. And,
love him.
You know,
miss him.
Yeah, exactly. Matt, we do miss you. We do miss you.
Yeah, but also take time with your family. You deserve it.
Yeah. I mean, okay, real life first.
Yeah.
Always.
My favorite thing is his tweet, like the first day of his retirement, he was like, first day of retirement, asked Ollie, which is his son, like, what he wants to do today, and they pulled up security breach ruin, and then he took a picture of it, and he was like, it follows me everywhere, I still can't get away.
Okay, I am also going to ask you to do something again. I'll edit this portion out.
Yeah.
But would you go turn that dial up just a hair?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, the light levels are a little different because usually when Alice and I do this,
it's nighttime.
Yeah, it's dark out, and I don't have a lot of bleed through the back curtains here, and this is more late afternoon, early evening. So.
Yeah, it's because my schedule is insane, so.
Well, okay, you're a student.
Uh-huh.
You have, is it a full-time job?
No.
Okay.
No, it's part-time still.
Okay. But still, they treat you as though you're a full-time employee.
Kind of, but also not really. So.
Okay. And you also are an intern.
Yep.
So...
Because you're an intern. Unpaid. What about...
Yeah.
Don't look that up. Nana and Papa, don't look up that song. Love you guys. Don't look that up.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. Here we are. So... You got into it in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
You got into the game in middle school.
Yeah. I've been a fan since it dropped. So
Okay.
We're going on 10 years.
Yeah.
Can't do math.
2014, 2024, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going on 10 years.
Okay.
I've been there since day one, not day one, but like year one.
Exactly.
I didn't know what it was day one.
So, okay, since you are well-versed
Mm-hmm.
in the lore,
Mm-hmm.
in the story,
Yeah, I have way too much knowledge about this game.
okay, well,
I used to have nightmares about it because I would watch Matt Pat and then go to bed.
that's not smart. That's
No,
not smart.
It wasn't,
No.
but still
Okay.
did it.
Well, that explains a lot of what was going on, because Mom and I were kind of wondering, it's like, why, what, with the bad dreams, what's going on, but,
Me watching Matt Pat at 8:30 at night.
yeah.
Again, before I could even watch horror movies without being scared. Like,
Mhm.
I think I watched The Shining in, like, 7th or 8th grade. I got into Five Nights at Freddy's in 6th grade. So
Yep.
I was reading and watching lore about that way before I started watching horror movies. And I went, this is fine. I don't need to worry about this.
Now, didn't the books for the nighttime Disneyland After Dark
Mhm.
type stuff come out about then, the novels about...
No, they came out before that.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Disney After
Okay.
Dark, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, love that series.
Okay.
I've read the first book like 6 times.
Sort of relatively... Relatively... okay. One more time. It relates somewhat to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes, but no.
Well, it's the, strange things happening at night after...
Yeah, the
blah, blah,
only
blah.
thing that like is a very big correlation is when they're in spoilers. Sorry, the book came out like 9 years ago. Get it together.
I will put a spoiler warning at the beginning of this, and this is now me in the past saying, hey, there's a spoiler warning at the beginning of this video.
Mhm.
So anyway.
All right. So in one of the chapters, their whole goal is to like find certain things about this like rhyme thing that they found. It's very lore heavy. I don't know how to describe it without describing the whole book.
Yeah.
But they go into Small World because they have the big sun,
Mm-hmm.
the giant sun in Small World. And then like all the dolls start coming to life and like latching onto them while they're smiling and singing. That's the only yeah.
Okay.
It's really cool though. I was
Okay.
scared of Small World for like a year.
Well, I can understand why.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where that would probably, if I had seen it at your age, or if I had read it at your age, I would probably never have gone into Small World ever again.
Yeah, so all the dolls are like swimming towards them on the boat because the boat just stops. Like they're able to stop it right in the scene with the big sun. So all the dolls start coming and getting them. And the only way that they can stop them is because, a smile means friendship for everyone. So they have to
Wow.
like stand in a circle and smile at the dolls. But imagine trying to do that while their mechanical jaws are latching onto your legs and you have to like pry them off. Yeah. Again, very well written. Rick Riordan, love you, buddy. I
Okay.
think you wrote that. I'm sorry
Okay.
if you didn't.
It sounds like it's it's going to be one of those episodes unto itself.
Oh, absolutely. I can talk about Disney After Dark forever. I read
Okay.
every single book in that series.
Okay, so cut print. Moving on.
Cut print, moving on.
So back to FNAF.
Mhm.
Back to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Give us the beginning.
Okay, so the original game was made as a Hail Mary by Scott Cawthon. He did not think game development could actually be a career for him, which is insane to look back at now, because he made a bunch of like family-friendly adventure type games, and no one liked them because all of his characters looked really scary and like uncanny valley feeling. So he took that and he was like, I'm gonna make a horror game out of this, like we're gonna do it that way. So we get the first game. Scott Cawthon is still a cashier at Dollar Tree. Like he did not expect this to actually pan out at all. So he made this game, and this game got so popular because of the YouTube community. They're like, hey, this indie horror game just dropped, like da-da-da-da. And it got so big and popular that he was able to like make a career off of it. And now we're 8 games in, maybe 8, I think.
Yeah, about that.
And a movie and like 20 books. Like it's insane to look back on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But that begins Scott's story.
That's Scott's story.
Yeah, but tell us about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, do you want the hypothesized lore of the first game as it stands alone, or the actual lore that we have kind of confirmed?
Actual lore that we have kind of confirmed.
All right, so you get 2 engineers that start. It starts as Fazbear's Family Diner. No, Fredbear Family Diner.
Right.
That's where it starts. Has 2 animatronics. You have Henry Emily and William Afton. They are best friends, and they are making this together. Henry Emily is more looking at the, like, business side of it. William Afton is looking more at the animatronic side of it. They both design the animatronics, but those are like their primary camps, first of all. So we get Fredbear Family Diner. That's where we start. We start with 2 animatronics. These animatronics can both be animatronics or suits. That's where we get the Springlock animatronics, starting there.
Right.
So we have a Golden Bonnie and a Golden Freddy. That's where we get Golden Freddy, and that ties into everything later on. Love him.
Yeah.
There's 2 souls in him, but we'll get to that later.
You're jumping.
I'm jumping.
Yeah.
It's because you're asking someone with ADHD to tell you a cohesive story.
I understand.
Doesn't happen.
I understand.
Alrighty, so you have those 2, and they have families of their own. Oh, what is Charlie? Charlie Emily. That's her name.
Yeah.
Charlie Emily is Henry's daughter. Elizabeth Afton is Michael's daughter, and the whole Afton family is quite large. We have Michael Afton. We have, what's the little brother's name? I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I don't think he actually has a name yet. We're just going to call him Crying Child. Or
yeah, that's the Crying Child.
The Crying Child, or the whiny baby. Anyways. I just think it's funny.
Okay.
And then we have Charlotte Afton. So that's the Afton family.
Right.
Then we have Henry's family. So they are both like family partners going into this business together. Some really weird things start happening around the diner. Kids are going missing, and no one can tell why. No one knows why.
Okay.
So that location closes down because the kids are going missing. No one wants to go there anymore. Closes down, opens up a new one. I don't remember all the lore that goes along with that. All I know is now we're at a second location. New location. Now they've installed a security animatronic called the Puppet. The Puppet works at the prize counter, but it's also a security measure to make sure that, like, kids are counted and things are going along as they should be. All of a sudden, another child goes missing. But this time, it is Charlotte Emily.
Okay.
No, that's not her name. I'm mixing up the names. Anyways, Henry Emily's daughter goes missing. She is the 6th victim that we have of kids dying. But she goes in to haunt the puppet. So now we have our first confirmed haunted animatronic.
Okay, she's the first death?
She's not the first death, but she's the first haunting animatronic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because the puppet is looking for these kids, he notices that one goes missing, and somehow, we don't know how, we don't know these things, he's able to follow her outside, sees her dying, and that is how her soul goes into him.
Okay.
So now we have our first haunted animatronic, and that is the puppet.
Okay.
So, now that, I feel like I'm getting this lore wrong.
You're telling a whole lot of stuff that has happened before that isn't revealed in the first game.
Well, you asked if you want the cohesive story or the first game lore. Those are 2 different things.
Oh, okay. I see.
First game is like the 5th location, so we have things to get through before then.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. Okay. We learn all this in Five Nights at Freddy's 3 because of mini games.
Mm-hmm.
Which, crazy how you have to get to the mini games. Anyways, there's so much hidden lore in all of these games, it's not even funny. I'm so forgetting things. Anyways, child dies, haunts puppet. I don't remember whose child it was. It might not have been either of their kids. I'm gonna be so real.
Okay.
All I know is it's a little girl, and she haunts the puppet now.
Okay. Okay.
That's all I got for you. If I try to keep confirming names, I'm just gonna
I know, because
everyone.
We're gonna be getting into Afton's
family is important. Remember his family. That's what matters here.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get into Vanessa, and then we're gonna get into I know.
There's so many. I can do animatronic names and that.
Right.
And I can do Afton family. Anything else, please don't ask me. I'm not going to remember. I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
So we have our first haunted animatronic. And this is where we get the Giving Gifts, Giving Life minigame from FNAF 3.
Okay.
Is where we first find the puppet. So, not where we first find the puppet, but that's where, like, the haunted puppet first comes in, is in that minigame.
Right.
So, what we are able to tell from that game is the puppet is what controls all of the other animatronics getting the souls in them.
Exactly. Okay.
So that is the start of that story.
All right.
So then I think how the timeline goes is we get Sister Location and our first Freddy Fazbear's open at the same time.
The first pizzeria.
The first pizzeria and the Sister Location thing at the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the Sister Location is like literally like a sister location, like business wise, like owned by the same people but just a different company, like different thing. So that's what the literal Sister Location thing is. These are all animatronics that Afton has designed. So they are not as like fuzzy. Henry designs very fuzzy animatronics. Afton goes for very like, I don't know what to, like, sturdy.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. I mean, the skin over the endoskeleton.
It is like hard plastic. Like that's what we're looking at for these ones.
Yeah.
These animatronics are designed in some weird ways. They can mimic parent voices. They have really large carrying capacities inside of them, like enough to fit a small child. They have a register of everyone that like rents them out and is able to tell who has what. Very weird design concepts to add into an animatronic.
Okay.
It's because it's discovered these animatronics are meant to kidnap children.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
These animatronics are designed to mimic parent voices, lure kids away, and kidnap them.
Okay. So, and now we have the beginning of...
Now we have the beginning of the pile of dead children.
Right.
Because there is a lot. I think there's over 40 deaths in this story.
Okay.
I might be wrong about that, but it sounds right to me. So I'm going to go with it.
So that's a good establishment of the beginning of the lore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, when people first get the first game, let's talk about that.
Yeah, first game. The first... I just looked feral on the camera. I looked around
That's okay. Yeah, so let's talk about first game. First game,
we're going to backtrack a little bit to the first hypothesized theory that goes along with it because it's very interesting to look at. So in, what year was it? I'm going to guess 1994. I don't think that's right. A Chuck E. Cheese here in Colorado had a shooting.
Yes, that's about right.
Okay, did I get that?
I will get I will put in probably down here, right through here, in text what the correct date was.
Yes.
and I will probably put also an article link in the description.
Yeah, maybe also put a trigger warning because there's a lot of those.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely. No, this whole video is going to start with a trigger warning, spoiler warnings, everything, because we're going to be talking about unalive things.
Yeah.
Okay, that way YouTube doesn't get weird with me.
Exactly.
So,
okay.
But yeah, go ahead.
Cool. So what happened was someone camped out in the bathroom as they were all closing. Everyone that was shot died except for one person because they faked their death. They were still shot, but they did not pass away. I'm trying to talk about this very delicately because it is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. So the original hypothesis.
Yeah, hypothesis. Yeah. Don't hurt yourself.
I know. I'm a STEM major. You think I'd be able to say the word, but I can't, apparently. Was that this original game was based off of this event because of how each animatronic is set up. We have we get the 5 main animatronics in this first game. We have 3 of them sitting in the main room area, like the party room. And that is where 3 people were found at the actual shooting, was in that main party room. There's 3 of them. We have Chica, who really, really likes to go into the kitchen where someone else was found. We have Foxy, who is hidden in a back area, and you don't actually unlock until night 4. And there was someone found in a back room. Then we get Golden Freddy, my beloved. Love you. Golden Freddy doesn't have an endoskeleton in him. he is still in suit mode. Golden Freddy is left over from those first 2 locations, that golden animatronic, so he's just in suit mode. He does not have an endoskeleton inside of him. So he can't walk up and move around, but he can haunt you. In that first game, if you look at a poster too long and Golden Freddy is popped up on there, he will teleport into your office. You'll get flashing screens that say, "It's me" on them. It's really weird. And then your computer will blue screen.
Mm-hmm.
Everything will crash and everything will blue screen, and you have to shut down your machine and repower it up, which is really creepy.
Okay.
Another reason I was scared to play the game.
Well, I don't blame you. Yeah, because all of a sudden you just ruined your machine.
It doesn't break, but it does crash the whole thing.
Yeah,
which I think
shuts
is kind of
it down.
It does. Yeah. And Golden Freddy is based off of the one surviving individual because they slumped down in a corner and played dead, and he doesn't move. Golden Freddy doesn't walk around.
Right.
So that was the original theory that this game thought was based off of. But no. Scott Cawthon said, And then we got Five Nights at Freddy's 2. With my least favorite character ever, I want to punt him into the sun, Balloon Boy. Balloon Boy, if you see this, when I get you, Balloon Boy, I'm coming for you.
And right here, I'm going to put up a picture of Balloon Boy.
He's horrendous. Look at that face. Ugly.
This goofy-looking little guy.
He's ugly. Hi. Shut up.
Okay. All right, so... So we're on to game 2.
We're on to game 2 now.
Okay.
So now we learn all of that thought lore based on real-life events? No. Wrong. Incorrect. How dare we hypothesize? So now we get Five Nights at Freddy's 2 with 5 more animatronics. We have the original 5. And now we have 5 more. How fun. How cool, right? So now we get Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Mangle. We get Mangle, not Toy Foxy.
Oh, Mangle's... Okay.
Mangle comes in... Oh, sorry, first thing. Forgot to mention. First game. We learned about the Bite of 87.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah, we learned about the Bite of 87 in the first game. It's on a newspaper article on the wall. And we're like, what the heck? And then Phone Guy's like, never since the Bite of 87. Crazy how someone can live without a frontal lobe. Huh? Pardon? Which you can. You can live that. We learned about that with Phineas Gage. Love him. Actually, I don't have any context with Phineas Gage. Phineas Gage was, I don't remember the year. Sorry. Very, very big in the psychology realm. He was the first surviving victim of a traumatic brain injury. Very cool. A dynamite stick went off and blew a railroad spike up through his head. So, in through the jaw, all the way out through the top of the head. Just landed somewhere, and he walked it off. How crazy is that?
Exactly. Well, see, that's a little different because I remember seeing drawings and or photographs of the metal spike in the head. They didn't, not with him alive, but inside the museum where you can see his skull, which is super cool. They have put a railroad spike in it so you can see exactly what the trajectory was. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So, no, he did walk it off. He did not have a railroad spike sticking out his head, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, it did fully impact his frontal lobe, and he changed a lot as a person because the same brain synapses that were there before were no longer there.
Exactly.
So his personality changed a lot. So, yeah.
Okay. So, a little historical background there, but now back to the game.
Back to the game. Back to what really matters. Okay.
Yeah, well, here we are.
Exactly. All right, so we learned about the Bite of 87. We're like, that's crazy. None of these animatronics have big enough mouths to bite someone's brain. That's wild. Then we meet Mangle. Mm-hmm. Love you, girly. Mm-hmm. Oh, what a girl. She's a girl's girl.
Okay.
She's a girl's girl. She knows what's up. Where Mangle's attack is the only one that's vastly different. Mangle attacks you from above. Mangle swings down at you. Mm-hmm. So we're like, oh.
Right.
Unhinged jaw, which also Mangle is a character that they had in the corner for the kids to play with. Like, take apart and put back together play with. Okay. That's why she looks like that.
She was an activity center.
She was, but also sharp, hazardous robot parts that you're just going to let kids play with.
Oh, why not? It was the 80s.
I was about to say it was the 80s. Who cared?
Yeah.
We just learned that kids can go missing. That's insane.
Right. Well, and also, Generation X is the feral generation.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know why.
I do, yeah.
So.
No, my favorite thing is when the 24-hour news cycle started and people went, you mean I can't just let my kid run around for 3 days?
Right.
They're gonna, did someone, huh?
What do you mean they were taken? Yeah.
What do you mean someone wants to take my child?
Lord, why? Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Anyway,
back on task.
Next time will be true crime because.
You want the next episode to be true crime?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do.
Or I don't know, some sort of episode to be true crime.
Okay.
Because I have so many things I can talk about. So that's where we learn about that, and now it's hypothesized that Mangle did the bite of 87.
Okay.
Was that the bite of 87? All right. Love you, Mark. Love you, Mark. I've watched you since middle school. Isn't that kind of crazy? Anyways.
Yeah, I was just watching him today, and I saw an episode where he had Jack Black on his thing, and they were going to play a video game. So
yeah, he's had Jack Black. Jacksepticeye has had Ryan Reynolds multiple times. Yeah. Kind of crazy. Any hoozles. I can't stay on topic.
That's all right.
So now we're learning about all of that happening. We're still getting more lore from Phone Guy. Love him. What an icon. I swear he does his phone calls like looking at his nails. Like, never knew someone could live without their frontal lobe. Crazy. Like, that is how all of those phone calls sound.
Yeah, I'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah. Literally. Hello? Oh, hi. Like, he is doing his cuticles as he's making these phone calls.
Well, okay, that was something I appreciated about the movie. Was this, I don't know if they got the same guy to do the voice or do the phone call.
But it sounded dang similar.
It was almost dead on.
Yeah.
Almost dead on.
It probably was the same guy, in all honesty.
Anyway, yeah, we'll be talking about the film towards the end here.
Yeah, we have a lot to get through, so strap in. Deal with it. Okay. We're going to jump forward to number 3.
Okay.
Because
so now we're at FNAF 3.
Now we're at FNAF 3. Here, we are now running a haunted house attraction where they have found, based off of the horrible events that happened at all of the Five Nights at Freddy's locations. Because they're like, oh, these are so spooky and scary. We'll just make a haunted house out of it, which, real. Capitalism. Love it, baby. Okay. Next, so you're now the security guard for this haunted house attraction, making sure everything runs smoothly. This is also theorized that this is the first game with actual animatronics.
Okay.
Which not animatronic. This is where we meet Springtrap, my beloved.
Ah, yes.
Springtrap.
Yeah.
I had a horrible obsession with Springtrap as a small child.
Lord knows why.
I thought it was really cool that you could see the rotting body parts inside the design.
Yeah, okay. And no, I can't say it because I'll spoil the lore.
Spoil
the lore.
We'll get to the lore.
I know.
We'll get to the lore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we have Springtrap. Womp womp. Crazy.
Yep.
Springtrap is a zombie animatronic, almost. Like, there are rotting body parts inside of him. Isn't that kind of crazy? That's kind of wild, right? How's he moving around? Great question.
Yeah.
So now we know that bodies are being stuffed into these animatronics somehow. The only animatronics that we have in Five Nights at Freddy's 3 are Phantom Bonnie, Phantom Freddy, and Phantom Balloon Boy, and Springtrap.
Right.
So it's theorized that everyone except Springtrap is all a hallucination. Hallucination.
Yes.
Because if you mess up the ventilation system at all, you start to see them. And then they don't actually kill you.
So that's why you have to keep back and going and rebooting the audio, the ventilation, the cameras.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is where we get a bunch of new mechanics as well. Because we get the ventilation, we get the audio. Five Nights at Freddy's 3, we got 2. We got a music box for the puppet, because I kept the puppet calm and in the box.
Hence the music I played.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Five Nights at Freddy's 3, you get audio, you get camera, and you get ventilation. So now we have 3 things. And Final Fantasy Freddy's 3 also has a bunch of mini games in it.
Yeah.
That's where we learn a bunch of lore.
Yeah.
Like dialing your phone number into a wall. Beep, boop, 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 beep.
Yeah, there's that.
There is that. There's a panel of 9 that you have to dial a phone number into.
Well, and just a side note is a lot of these secondary games or offshoot games or whatever that you can play in addition to the game that you're already playing are all in 8-bit graphics.
They are all in like 8-bit old arcade graphics.
Right. And, I mean, this is, stuff that I remember from when I used to work in arcades.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So in the Final Fantasy Freddy's 3 mini games, we are different animatronics running around trying to get out. So like you start as Freddy, then you go to Bonnie, then you go to Freddy, and then you go to Foxy, then you go to Chica. So like you're different animatronics. And there's always this same purple character that catches you and tears you apart.
The purple guy.
Purple guy. Love him.
Yes, the purple guy.
He's purple.
Yeah.
That's all we know so far is that he's purple and that he's tearing you apart for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's from what I've seen of other people playing is that particular game is unwinnable.
It is. Because you have to have all of them die.
Yeah.
In that way.
Everybody gets torn apart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's there is no other ending. That is the only ending for that game.
Right.
But the audio over those games is a very distorted voice spelling out "save them."
Yep.
And then you hear rain as well. So you're hearing rain and you're hearing that as you're playing these games.
Right.
Creepy.
Right. Now that voice does come back in other side games.
I believe so, yes.
Because it's not only just save them, but there's the follow me. Mm-hmm. And it's never spoken. It's all
all spelled out.
Yeah, all spoken letters.
Nothing is easy in this universe.
No.
Scott Cawthon hates his fans in the way that he decided that everything you have to fight for. You have to fight to get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Any hoozles. All right. So now we're getting this purple guy who's tearing apart these animatronics for some reason. Crazy. But he doesn't want them to get out. So, new, crazy, weird. Then the final minigame of that game is all the animatronics have cornered him into a corner. Mm-hmm. And there's the Golden Bonnie from the first few locations in this back room where all of them are now.
Right.
And they chase him into that suit. He goes into the suit. And then it's a spring lock suit, so all of the spring locks activate. Ka-chunk. Speaking of, there is a fan-made audio of what it would sound like. It's insane and creepy, but also very cool.
We're not going to go there.
No.
I will not find that.
No, but if you want to look it up in your free time, you probably have heard it before. It's very cool. I'll play it for you later.
Oh, great.
It's scary and cool. You can hear everything crunching.
Oh, joy.
Yeah. It's like squelching and crunching of bones. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, so now we know that someone got spring locked. That's where we get spring trap. Oh my god. Crazy.
Right.
So now we know that spring trap is someone trapped. It's purple guy inside this suit. That's all we know.
Yep.
Purple guy is inside this suit.
So then we can draw the conclusion at this point that purple guy is Springtrap?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That is something that we can draw.
Okay.
Okay. We know that the animatronics are vengeful in some way, but we don't know why or how. So that's what we have. We know that there's one ghost. No, at this point we know that there's a ghost inside all of the animatronics.
Okay.
Because in FNAF 2, you play a minigame that is the giving gifts, giving life minigame of the puppet putting the animatronic heads on 4 dead kids.
Yes.
So we know that there are vengeful spirits inside every single one of these animatronics, and they have chased Purple Guy into the suit.
Right.
That's what we know.
Right.
Okay. I still remember what I was going to say at that one point, but...
Yeah. Now, it's not this game, not the end of 3.
Oh! I was going to mention the end of 3. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
The end of 3, you burn it down.
Oh, that, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
So at the end of 3, it is burned down because it's the puppet who does this. The puppet catches everything on fire because they're trying to trap Springtrap and burn him.
Yes.
Kill him.
Yes.
Dead.
Yeah.
So that is the ending of FNAF 3.
Okay. Now, at the end of FNAF 3, does Isn't there a spoken something from Springtrap where he says he always comes back?
I believe so. No, I think it's from Michael.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
We're getting to this later on, but there are actually 2 purple guys. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, and that was something I was going to mention, and I didn't because, yeah.
Yeah. It's about to get...
We're not there yet.
It's about to get real confusing. Heads up.
Yeah, it's going to get deep, folks. It's going to get deep.
FNAF 4, we're going to throw away everything we just learned. We're going to throw it all away.
Which actually, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say this, makes me mad.
Yeah, so what I think happened is Scott went, oh my god, this is a lucrative thing. I can actually do this. Then he made 2 and 3, and then he actually made a full storyline, and that's where we get 4.
Right, gotcha.
Or we throw away 4 because it does say the final on it.
Right.
It does say the final chapter. It is not the final chapter.
Of course not.
So it's up to whoever, it's up to the fan, really, whether they take 4 into account or not. I take some pieces of 4 that are important, and I disregard others, because I think it really is important to do it that way. But yeah. So we have ended... Yes, so we get a clip at the end of Five Nights at Freddy's 3 that says, Father, it's me, Michael. Huh?
Yeah.
Who's Michael?
Yeah, exactly.
What? This is the first real name that we have. What is this? I don't remember everything else he says.
Okay. Okay.
But it does end with, I've come to find you. And that's where it ends. It ends with Springtrap sitting up in a pile of burnt something.
Right.
And that's where it ends.
Okay.
So we don't get I Always Come Back yet, but we do get I've Come to Find You.
All right. That's what, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we do have that cutscene at the very end, which is like, huh?
Right.
What?
Right.
So now we're going into 4. Every fan's least favorite game, because so much lore is in this for no reason.
Yeah, it's a lot of dead ends.
It's a lot of dead ends of, I think, ideas that we're going to have something but don't have anything anymore. But there are some very important parts of it that we can take and we can put into the final lore. Not everything has an answer in this game, which sucks. But
like I said, which is what frustrates me.
Yeah. Not every secret has an answer in this game. This is also where we get Dream Theory, but I will not be talking about Dream Theory because Dream Theory sucks.
See game theory videos for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
MatPat does a great job about articulating it. I don't. He's also a little crazy, but we love him anyways. He goes crazy. This game franchise made him insane. Alright, so in FNAF 4, you're now playing as a small child. And you have 3 doors to look at, not just 2, not just 1, 3. You have the closet in front of closet in front of you, and you have 2 doors on the side of your room. Which, speaking of bougie, this child has 2 doors.
Okay, now hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Take it back.
Okay.
Why are we looking in a child's room?
At the end we learned that, but we don't know that yet.
Okay, so we just show up in a kid's room.
Yep.
Gotcha. Right on.
That's where the game opens. Is you are a child in your room. Huh? So you actually have 4 places to check. You have the 2 doors, the closet in front of you, and the bed behind you. Yippee! Wahoo!
Now, what's in this room? Other than doors and beds.
I mean, it's the kid's room. So you're just standing in the middle of the room, and you're running to check each of the doors. But the way you're checking them, again, new mechanic just dropped, you're listening for breathing. You're listening for the animatronics breathing.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. These are also where we get nightmare animatronics, which they are terrifying. They have
twisted ones.
The twisted ones.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into later.
Yeah, that's a graphic novel that she sort of threw at me.
A book first and then a graphic novel.
Well, yeah.
But I knew he would read the graphic novel.
Oh, boy, did I. And honestly, that's when I was in the hospital.
Uh-huh. I went, I'm going to make him watch the movie, so I'm going to make him read these.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
He finished them in like a day.
Well, it's a graphic novel. Come on.
I know.
Come on.
Come on. But yeah, so we get, what later on we'll learn is the twisted ones, but these are nightmare animatronics.
Right.
So again, you have your core 4. You have Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy.
Exactly.
And that's it for the core game.
Right.
You only have those 4. You're listening to breathing behind each door.
Right.
You have to hold the door closed until they leave. And when you're checking the bed behind you, Markiplier calls them jibby jabs, and that's what I like to call them. There's basically 3 mini Freddy's that you have to look for on your bed and flash your flashlight at them, and then they go away. Right. But if you let all of them sit there too long, Big Freddy comes and gets you. Big Freddy. Then you have the bonus night 6, which there's a bonus night 6 and 7 in all of these games. For some reason. 5 Nights at Freddy's? No. 7 Nights at Freddy's. So with the bonus night 6, we learn about Nightmare Fredbear, which is just basically a shadowy black version of Freddy.
Right.
He's very spooky. I do not like him.
Yeah, there was...
Me when I get my hands on Nightmare Fredbear. Bam, 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 bam.
I had a thing, and now it's gone. I had a thing because Yeah. Oh, no. Is this where we get introduced to Vanessa?
Nope.
Okay. Sorry, I'm leading here.
We don't get to Vanessa till Security Breach.
Okay. Yeah. So we got a ways.
You got a hot minute.
Yeah, we got a ways.
At least 2 more games.
Right.
3 more, actually. But one we don't talk about because everyone has thrown it away because it's awful.
Right.
Not even Scott likes it. It was a mistake on everyone's front. But we get introduced to all of these, and we're like, why are we a child? So when you're checking the bed behind you, you will see one of 3 things on the nightstand next to you. You will either see an IV bag, a vase of flowers, or medication.
Right.
So we're like, huh? Mm-hmm. So now we can infer that we are a child recovering from something. We don't know what yet.
The bite of 87. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So we get little mini games in between each level that tells us more of the story. We start out as, I don't remember if this one is actually before the first night or not, but I'll get to all of them. The first one that you play is you are a child in his room. This is where we get crying child. This kid is always crying like a little whiny baby, which he has a right to be. I just think it's funny. This kid is always crying and he wears a striped shirt. That's all we know about this kid. Mm-hmm. This kid so at this point in the timeline, Five Nights at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria has gotten so big that there are like merchandise that you can have. So he has every single animatronic plushie, and he has a golden Freddy that he calls his best friend, and that has eyes that follow you as you run around the room, which is very creepy.
Yep.
So you have all these animatronics. You notice that the Foxy is missing his head. Weird.
Okay.
It does come into importance later on, but he doesn't.
Okay. No, go ahead. I'm not going to do anything.
I was just gonna... There's a Vine that I can reference right now. I don't know if anyone will get it, but it's so no head. Then he throws his phone down. Yeah. Then he throws his phone down and jumps on a skateboard. It's funny.
All right. Yeah. Sure.
It's funny if you've seen it. It's funny.
All right. Well, moving on.
Moving on. All right. So that's our first little cutscene. And if you try to leave the room, he'll just knock on the door and then collapse behind the door into a pile of tears, which is crazy. So weird. Next cutscene. We get a big grandfather clock, and we're in like a living room setting.
This is Five Nights at Freddy's, not Stranger Things. Just...
Yeah, so we're in a living room setting, and on the TV, we have different, like... At some point, Five Nights at Freddy's has Freddy Fazbear's has a TV program. Because it's the different, like, animatronics on the screen, and then it says, Freddy Fazbear's 1983. New year just dropped. New year. So that's kind of crazy, because, like, the only year that we knew before this was 87. What does 83 have to do with anything?
Right, exactly.
So many things. Just wait. Be patient. So we get that, and then that cutscene ends, so that yellow Freddy is sitting on the couch again. So again, following you everywhere you're going. He is there. That cutscene ends with you getting jump scared by what we can assume is a big brother wearing a Foxy mask.
Oh, here we go.
Yes. So now we get into the lore. Then we're going to get into the Afton family. Love this part.
Yep.
So now there's a big brother terrorizing his little brother with this mask on. And that's how the rest of the scenes kind of go for this. You are walking down to Freddy Fazbear's in one of the scenes. Like, you're just walking on a sidewalk down.
Now, is this one of the 8-bit games again?
Yes.
Okay.
We've upgraded to like 16-bit now.
Oh, okay, 16-bit.
Yeah, we're now at like 16-bit.
So the resolution's a little higher.
Not
just
much,
a little
though.
bit.
I think everything's just bigger.
Okay.
So you're still crying. You're walking down the sidewalk. The last scene is you are crying underneath a table at Freddy Fazbear's. We know that you're at Freddy Fazbear's because of like the scenery. It's like we have party hats, we have the same checkered flooring, we have everything.
Right.
And Freddy, the little yellow Fredbear, looks at the little kid and says, "Oh, it's something about remember what you saw." And we see in the background of one of those clips is someone's getting put into one of the suits. So we can infer that he has seen someone stuffed into a suit.
Right.
And in a child's mind, watching someone put on a suit is going to look the same as someone getting stuffed into a suit.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah,
you know?
why not?
Then the very last scene is the same big brother that's been scaring him the whole time picks him up with his group of friends and puts him inside Golden Freddy's mouth. And they're like, ha 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 ha. Crunch.
The Bite of 87.
No. Bite of 83.
Bite of 83, yeah. Sorry.
So now we have a new bite. And this time we've actually seen the bite happen. So now what the theory is that in FNAF 4, you are recovering from this horrible injury. So that's why you are seeing everything. It's thought that everything is hallucination. You're hulaing. You're dancing,
right.
And you're dancing with a hula.
Right, exactly.
Because of the fact that you are recovering from this traumatic brain injury. And a brain injury like that is going to have severe, like, consequences, like I can't say the word.
Hallucinations.
Like seeing things.
Yep, there you go. There you go.
So that is what the theory is of those nightmare animatronics, is they are all, like, not really there. Again, not the main theory. We'll get into the main theory later. So now we have met this older brother and this little kid. And the very, very last scene of this game is the golden friend bear sitting next to the crying child. And it's just a black background. We don't know why. We don't know how. It's just a black background. So I'm guessing this is some sort of afterlife of some kind.
Okay.
And Golden Freddy says, "I will put you back together."
Ah, there we go.
That's where we get that line from.
Yes.
So now we know that something that he's hearing from this is someone is going to put him back together. We don't know who. We know that a bear said it. The bear probably can't put him back together. He's a little stuffed bear.
Right.
But we know that the bear's eyes have been following him. That's really weird.
Right.
That's kind of crazy. Now we get sister location. I don't know why I just did that.
That's all right.
Sister location is actually one of my...
That's your phone.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Is actually one of my favorite games because of its complete new concept. It's not the same like checking doors, turning on and off lights, anything like that. It's completely new. Everything is new, which is so cool. So, everything is new. You start the game by you start the game by a audio. The game opens and you're listening to an audio of those weird design choices I was talking about earlier, with the sister location animatronics. That's what we're getting to now.
Right.
It's two people and they're like, we had some questions about the design choices with these animatronics. We get a British man coming on, jump scare British man. Okay. Going, she can sing, she can dance. I don't remember everything.
Oh no.
And they're like, and it ends with, those aren't the design choices we had in mind, Mr. Afton. This is where we get first confirmed that that one of the designers' name is William Afton.
Yep.
So now we have an Afton. Yippee!
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, she can sing, she can dance. Are they alluding to Baby?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
We're coming up to Baby and who she is.
Baby Gorl.
Yeah. But
Yep.
She was also briefly shown in the movie.
Yes. Yes, she was.
So, yeah, that's where, what's his name's little girl
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Charlotte is Afton. Charlie is Emily. Okay, we got it now.
Okay, got it.
We got it now.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So they've got to make a sequel to this movie.
They are. It's in the works.
I hope so.
They're filming in Louisiana this year.
Okay. Well, that's where they filmed last time.
Yeah, but like it's confirmed that they have been seen filming for this movie.
All right, good.
Josh Hutcherson, love you.
Good.
Love you. Yeah. No.
Sorry, baby.
What's his name? Not Josh. The other guy.
Oh, who are you talking about?
The actor.
Oh, I don't know.
Shaggy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Matt. No. Anyways, he signed a 3-movie contract.
Well then.
So we are getting 3 at least.
Good.
Yeah. That was confirmed before the first trailer even dropped.
All right. So I'm going to stop you right here for just a moment.
Okay.
The reason is because we are at 52 minutes right now. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Should we make this one a multi-episode?
I think so.
Okay. So let's try and wrap up the next bit here and see if we can find a good stopping point, and then we'll basically set it up to multiple episodes for Five Nights at Freddy's, because honestly, I mean,
we have gotten through, we're now on the 5th game. We still have books and more games and a movie to go over. So.
Right, exactly. We've got a lot of material.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of material.
The books are my favorite part.
Yes, I have yet to read the books. I've just read the 2 graphic novels that you threw at me,
which are graphic novels of the original 3 books that came out.
Really?
But there's other books that I like to go over because they're all mini horror stories.
Right on.
That either give us more lore or just are cool, different adaptations.
Exactly. Okay, well, then continue on, and let's find a good stopping point.
We're at a pretty good stopping point. So we're getting to the sister location of... It's called sister location, but it's also like sister, you know?
Yeah, sister location as in just another copy of a store, or is it a sibling? Yeah.
So we have learned that one of the designers' name is William Afton, so we've gotten that confirmed now. It was a theory from the first 4, but now we have that actually confirmed, which is really cool. Yeah, that's a pretty good stopping point, honestly.
You think right there would be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, what we're this is kind of a little awkward, and the reason is because with Alice we do the every 2 weeks kind of thing, which is kind of even. It keeps us going. It's very fluid. With your work schedule, we can only do once a month.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. And the reason I'm okay with that is because that gives us enough time to actually formulate more of the material we want to talk about. And the next bit of material that we're going to talk about will be more Five Nights at Freddy's.
Strap in, boys.
Yeah, I'm excited about it because it's your fault. I'm enjoying the heck out of this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If you were cool in middle school, you know this song.
All right, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for coming in.
Of course. Anytime I can info dump, I love it.
Right on. And this is part of what my new adventure is, because she's part of my new adventure. And this is what Adventure Vision Studios is all about.
Yeah. Dead kids.
No. Yeah, great. We'll see what happens there.